let's be honest. You turned on this video for a reason. Not because you're bored, and not because everything in your life is perfect and you just wanted a dose of motivation. No, you turned it on because something inside of you resonated. Maybe you're tired of the endless chase for money, approval, or the picture of a successful life. Or maybe you have a conscious need to stop living by someone else's rules. Stop working for someone else's goals. Stop being a supporting actor in your life and finally take the lead. You don't just want to learn how to make more money. You want to step out of the circle of other people's expectations and clutter, take back control of your life, and become freer. Congratulations, you're here. That's already step one. Because quite frankly, 99% of people will never take that step. Not for lack of chances or lack of intelligence, but because they're afraid to look in the mirror and admit to themselves what's really going on. They have a hard time asking themselves the questions, how much do I make? To whom and how much do I owe? How much money do I spend on emotional purchases to please myself or comfort myself after a hard day? These questions cause fear and resistance in many people. Right now, you may be feeling the urge to turn off that video, to switch gears, to hang in the aisles. That's normal because the brain is resisting. It's because it's used to working the old way. Neural connections have long been formed, and you walk the beaten paths every day, performing the same actions. But if you want to discover new horizons, if you want financial freedom, watch this video to the end. That's the only way it will make a real difference and won't just stay on your watch list. It's important to realize that this is the body's natural defense response. The brain is always protecting our ego and immediately comes up with excuses for any issue that might take you out of your comfort zone. But hopefully you are not here to fool yourself again. You are here to see reality for what it is. Changing your life is actually easier than it seems. Sometimes you don't need something new, you need to give up the old. All you need to do is look at two things: your bank account balance and the numbers on the scale. These numbers are the most honest indicators of your actions and inactions. And here's why. Look, if you're watching this video, it means you have a phone or laptop, which means you have access to all the knowledge in the world. Google, YouTube, ChatGPT. You have everything you need to change your life. Somehow, you haven't done it yet. And an important note right away, I'm not saying that everyone needs millions or anything else to be happy. I have friends for whom high income is not a life priority. They live their craft and it brings them joy. The first thing to give up is denial of reality. As long as you justify your bad situation with economics, genetics, or bad timing, nothing will change. Face it, your weight isn't genetics, it's your lack of discipline, bungled routines, and daily indulgences. Your bank account is not a bad economy, but the result of your actions or inactions over the past months or years. When real honesty with yourself emerges, new opportunities, people, and solutions begin to open up. The important thing is that all of this was always in front of your eyes, but you didn't notice it. If you have soberly assessed your situation and are ready to change your life, don't slow down. Start acting. Do what you've been putting off. To get out of the old circle, you need to start taking new paths. Explore new topics, meet new people. Keep an open mind. Most importantly, don't let your brain pull you into habitual resistance. Not a broad bone or a crisis in the market, but simply the result of a choice. When laziness won out, when your regimen fell apart, when you lacked responsibility and skills, when you settled for "this will do." And here's a wave of body positivity on social media that supports those decisions. There's nothing wrong with body positivity, but its skewed perception helps you turn a blind eye to what can't be ignored. Every such decision perpetuates the reality you're in. The sooner you stop lying to yourself, the sooner there's a chance for change. But as soon as you acknowledge reality, your brain immediately throws up resistance. It will say, "Come on, look around you. Everyone's like that. Everyone has debt, weight problems, fatigue." The resistance used to be in denial of the facts. Now it's getting more insidious. In comparing yourself to others, social media only adds fuel to the fire. They say, "It's okay, relax." And the brain gets fooled by this feed. He makes excuses and builds them into reality so that he doesn't feel guilty about his laziness and doesn't get out of his comfort zone. Instead of working on ourselves, we start discussing other people's failures, like someone started a business and is now in debt. This gives the feeling that we are being cautious, that we didn't take risks, because we knew it wouldn't work out anyway. And such comparisons reinforce the belief that everyone is like that, and there's no need to worry. It makes us feel like our problems aren't so bad, and therefore, why change anything? Why bother? After all, other people aren't doing any better. It's a trap that's hard to get out of. If you don't pull yourself out in time, you'll only be left discussing other people's mistakes instead of working on yourself. And that's why. The second thing to give up is the focus on others rather than on oneself. Every person seeking real progress in life must realize two important things. First, you should compare only your present self with yourself in the past, no matter how trite it may sound. Secondly, if you want to compare yourself with others, do it with those who are 10 heads higher, who have already achieved what you want, who lives at a level that is still a dream for you. And then all your excuses about crisis, failures, hard times, wrong genetics, and so on will simply fall apart. Next to real results, your excuses will not stand up to any criticism. Let's keep moving towards reality, overcoming resistance, and going to the next level, hard. Because once you deal with the internal resistance, a new attack will come out. Popular psychology, self-love marathons, coaches on islands, all this infospatial storm of non-dependence pushes the same idea into us. You will be miserable if you set high goals for yourself and start moving towards them. You just need to accept yourself for who you are. The message is simple. No matter what you have achieved, no matter what level you're at, the main thing is to wake up, smile, and praise yourself for the fact that you exist. You are already a winner. You are a miracle of nature. And on the one hand, pardon the sarcasm, there is some truth to this. Accepting yourself is really important. But the problem arises when, under the slogan, "Accept yourself," we are forced to refuse to move forward, and efforts on ourselves, such as discipline, are called anxiety. But where there is no movement, a quagmire forms. Striving to become better and achieve goals is often labeled achieverism because of childhood trauma. And we are all so enlightened, so worked out, sitting in lotus pose, accepting ourselves, but doing nothing. In my opinion, this is where the great danger lies. Such ideas remove responsibility for one's life from people. That's why body positivity, downshifting, and similar concepts are gaining huge popularity today. To keep this video concise, the continuation will be in part 2, where I'll share even more exciting details. On top of that, I've set an ambitious goal for myself: to reach 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It's a big challenge, but I believe that with your support, it's absolutely achievable. If you enjoy my content, please support me with a like, a subscription, and a comment. Your engagement is my biggest motivation to keep going.